So yes, guys, as the title suggests, on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, good night, I love Sunday afternoons, four friends and I got together on short notice, decided we were itching to play some competitive tennis in a little bit more of a structured format, and for the sake of time and in order to play everybody 3 opponents each, we did it round robin fast 4 style. And I must say, I'm not the biggest fan of fast 4. Look at that cheeky chip, smack dab on the baseline from my opponent here. Has me throwing up the arms, questioning what the heck have I gotten myself into. This guy, we've seen him before, a fellow bird of prey, a seasoned rival. Check the upper right hand corner right now. Ooh, dumps into the net after trying to reset the point. But check the upper right hand corner right now to see some highlights from over a year ago. Times have changed. Tell me we've progressed. Look at that. He floored me. I hit the deck. Tell me we've progressed since last year. That's my deepest heart's desire. Or tell me at least I've progressed, because in that instance, last winter, or 2 winters ago rather, I did swallow a bagel from this guy. He lathered me in Philadelphia cream cheese. But here we go, Birdman. More of a counter puncher style. Definitely gonna hang around the baseline. I will say he's starting to try to implement some serve and volley into his game, mix it up, make it more of a diversified, varied, what's the word? Get it out, kid. Opponent. And I'm sure we'll see some of that. Look at that, again on the baseline with this guy. But I'm onto it like mac on cheese. That's the benefit of playing him so many times, the familiarity. I knew he would try something like that, and I smacked the racket out of his hand and say, don't ever do that again. And then I proceed to follow it up with an ace. How about that? Insult to injury. Anywhoosies, here we go. Some longer rallies with this guy, as I was saying. A counter puncher. UTR 5. That might be conservative. In my estimation, he's starting to push 6. But only the algorithm can decide, I suppose. Definitely starting to develop some pace in his serve, making it a little bit more complicated to return. He's got the placement. Now he's adding the power. Dual combo. Defensive lob, not quite enough, and the second time is enough for me to put it away. He would start off cold. A couple double faults from the kid. I would steal the opening game via break, go on to hold, and then break him again, catching him flat-footed. And in a fast 4 format, you know that's pretty much game, set, and match. But not with this guy. Too consistent. Too much of a fighting spirit. To the death, he says. Good rally here. Who is going to take this one? Tell me it's me. Oh, dang it. And when you combine his consistency and tenacity, ace down the space, tilting the camera, good stuff, with my clutch or lack thereof, you already know he would rear his bald eagle ugly head back into this one. Unorthodox and a fake slide, and we would inevitably go on to a 7-point tiebreaker. That's what we decided to do in this fast 4 format. Once it got to 3-3, a quick 7-point tiebreaker to decide the victor. Nice, good stuff. It's mine for the taking, but trying to get too cute, and the height of stupidity gives him that point. S&V, what did I say earlier? Starting to try to push that agenda. Beautiful defensive lob, resetting the point again, and some decent hands there. Woo! Baby. Zexy, and the fist aloft to celebrate. S&V again, nice, paying its dividends on that point and in general. Good stuff, and I think he tries it one more time. There he is, bull rushing. Maxime Cressy-like. Again, I don't know about the unorthodox two-handed style, but it's enough for him on that point. And here we go. As I mentioned earlier, 3-3, taking it to a breaker, baby. I'm asking the questions of him, and he doesn't have the answers on that one. Anytime I have an opponent standing tall at the net, just fire at will, baby. hit it with some ferocious pace right at him, see if he can handle the heat. So here we go. Neutral balls, good half volley forehand on that one. There we go. Now some cross court. Just too long though. Silly. Oh, audacious.
Oh,
That would have been sexy, like that instance with Grigor Dimitrov, that famous clip. And there we go, another ace. And a decent sized serve there. Yep, it's always nice to have some free points now, isn't it? In the end, with that delicious dropper, it would get me over the finish line in an instant classic and a thriller. 11-9, believe it or not. Wowee. Taking me to 1-0 for the day. Good start, but what a kicker from my next opponent here in round 2. A guy that goes by the name of Kaiju, think Pacific Rim. And contrary to Birdman style, he is fast and furious. He's not going to wait and sit for you to blink and draw an error. He's going to take the bull by the horns and run you ragged, dude. Plenty of pace off of his head prestige. How's that for a return? Skied it, somehow landed it. Couldn't follow it up though with that attempt at a frozen rope, one-hander down the line. Good hands though, serve and volley, beautiful stuff. Proud to show that highlight. But his pace, as I mentioned earlier, too hot to handle. Here's a montage. Yep, just can get a hold. Somehow though, despite being a huge underdog and way over my head in this match, I would hang in there, ruffle his feathers, get under his skin, and kick and scratch and claw my way to a tiebreak. Again, 3-3, so 7-point breaker it is. And I'm afraid, unlike my match with Birdman, I would fall short, taking my record to 1-1 on the day, and leaving me with some work left to do if I want to make this final. Last and not least, my opponent, round 3 for the day, a guy we've seen before as well, from the Northeast, a tennis coach who hails from the state of Connecticut. It's none other than Clam Chowder, folks. Upper right hand corner one more time to see a match from last summer. And again, tell me we've progressed. Ooh, that is quite ugly volley, but I get lathered in luck off the net cord, and I'm able to sneak away with that point. This guy's similar to Birdman. Hangs around, just kind of like a slinger bag, gets the ball back to you, and waiting for you to blink. Go a little bit of cross court and a forehand gone awry. Yep, love that placement, but he did well enough to take that point. So Birdman on the adjacent court would upset Kaiju and clinch his spot in the final, which meant that the door was left wide open for me. The destiny was in my own hands. The future of the Condor in this tournament was on his own racket, was on his Dunlop stencil. All I had to do was put Clam Chowder in his place in the loser bracket. He was 0-2 at this point. I was 1-1. And I'm afraid to say that the moment I found out about the stakes is the moment my level dropped significantly. Dagnabbit! I need to somehow turn this pressure into a catalyst for a higher level of play. Pressure is a privilege, dagnabbit. Remember that. Good angle. And playing some Fruit Ninja. Woo-wee! Love that ish. So here we go. I was up 3-1.
Come on. Thank you.
But you already know it. I'm a sucker for drama, and I would let myself slide into an uncomfortable position. Oh, good hands from the kid. Love it. And it would go 3-3 to a third deciding 7-point breaker. 3 for 3 on breakers for the day. And eventually I raised my hands to the sky in victory. I somehow did it. Like a monkey rolling off my back, the pressure was gone, and I had a berth into the final. Stay tuned for part 2. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember that at Trashman Tennis, it's all about the tennis trash we've been. Highlights from a match with Birdman.